32. And the reason that I wanted to talk about instant replay in sports today is because last week during the NLDS, the Cubs and Nationals were playing, and the Nationals were down by 1 in the bottom of the 8th inning. Runners on first and second with 2 outs.
Pivotal time.
Very just a crucial, almost storybook time in the game for the Nationals. And there was a pitch thrown. The catcher from the Cubs turned and threw a back pick down to first base. A tag was applied. Initially, the runner was called safe. It went to replay review. Part of the rule that they stress the most is conclusive evidence. And during the replay, we kind of saw that the Nationals base runner's foot had popped up off the bag and the tag was still on there. But I didn't think it was enough. Maybe internally, I didn't want that moment to be taken away from the game. Regardless, it was overturned, and the Cubs would go on to play in the NLCS.
So they're currently down 2-0.
Yeah, it's 3, I think, almost now, right? Yeah, 3-0.
Yeah, actually, yeah, it's 3-0. My fault.
So it was a pivotal time. It's a tough deal. The rules are kind of being exploited, and I want you guys to give your thoughts on replay in sports. What do you think of them? Are they needed? Are they not needed? What's the deal?
I'm a supporter of instant replay. I think football, it's great. Baseball, it's great. My argument to you said it was a pivotal game, a pivotal time in the game.
Mm-hmm.
I guess my kind of argument to that is leave no doubt. If you're the base runner, don't take a big lead like that, or get back to the base sooner than than you were, because you leave that, you put it in the hands of the umpires at that point. And in my opinion, I didn't think it was conclusive at all. I think he should have stayed safe. You did have the question of his foot did come off the base, but like I said, it wasn't conclusive. But my argument to that is don't give him any shadow of don't give him any room to make that call.
I give the leave no doubt, but you're also putting the game in the hands of cameras who a lot of the time turn out to be better than the actual umpires. So I get the leave no doubt thing. Seth, what do you think about it?
I do like instant replay, and the reason I feel that way is because of the Jim Joyce incident with the Detroit Tigers pitcher.
Armando Galarraga.
Armando Galarraga.
Yes, I remember
2012 or 2013.
Oh, that was rough.
With 2 outs in the 9th inning, he called a base runner safe at first when he was clearly out, which took away Galarraga's perfect game.
Yeah, that was bad.
He felt terrible about it.
That was before they had instant replay and challenges in baseball, and if they would have had it, they could have reversed that call and he'd have a perfect game.
Yeah. I think the angle that I would like to take with instant replay in sports is that, yes, we've added the technology of instant replay, but in a lot of the places, think about baseball, they're still using the same bases they used in 1950. They're still using the same lines for football that they used when football wasn't, yes, the way to officiate a game has advanced, but the technology that could help officiate a game has not. Does that make sense? So if I can put
you think more camera angles then, or?
No, just more camera angles, but more everything. Like if I can put a chip in my dog to find out where he is when he runs away, why is there not a chip in an NBA player's shoes to see if they stepped out of bounds? Why is there not a chip in the ball? Why do we have to go back and look at whether that's a 2 or a 3 and take 35 minutes when we can just put, a chip in his shoe and a chip in the ball and some sort of identifier for both of those chips at the 3-point line and out of bounds and things like that.
I think that gets into more than just instant replay as a whole.
It's part of it, though. I think it starts with instant replay.
I think it just gets into like the technology of sports. I mean, that is a great point. We can use technology, and we could even implement more into it. I think it's great. I think instant replay is great for football. Said it earlier. Football is a game of inches, and
so if it's a game of inches, then why are we still using chains to measure 10 yards? Like, that's ridiculous. Why isn't there something else?
That's a great point.
Replay is where it starts, and we're already there, and now we're already to the point where rules are getting exploited with replay.
And you talk about the instant replay. We saw it did the Jets and the Patriots game. Mm-hmm. Safarian-Jenkins was going in to score, and the refs totally blew that call, in my opinion. They said he was fumbling, but he regained possession, in my opinion, in bounce. But that was a pivotal moment in that game,
right,
which could have sent it to 21-24 against the Pats, who are arguably the top team in the AFC East right now.
Right.
So, I mean, that's another, the refs exploited that rule too. So
I don't know. Seth, do you have thoughts on whether technology should continue to go in sports, or are we going to always have this debate where, oh my goodness, his foot popped off the bag, now he's out? Like, why isn't there new bases in baseball? Like, what's the deal?
I know in at least Major League Baseball, they've considered removing umpires altogether in place of some kind of robotic umpire system,
especially
so
for
that they can have a set strike zone. So I think that there are going to be technological advancements and changes in every sport. It's just going to take some time. I think the traditionalists are going to fight that, but I think it will happen at some point.
I think you always need to have that human element, because that's a part of the game.
Well, you're going to need officials for the human element, but
yes.
As far as, like, you know, you've already kind of you've opened up the box of, okay, now we need a halo for a base instead of an
literally
actual,
opened up the box.
Yeah. you need that there instead of, you know, I don't know. The foot popping off the bag in baseball has always been the most gimmicky part of instant replay in baseball. Like, I understand it for fair and foul and things like that, but for especially
that's a tough one, because you were talking about the modern technology. I don't know if there's anything that we can do to, you know, take care of that.
Somebody smarter than me will come up with it. Somebody smarter than me will come up with it. Like I said, a halo for a bag. Like, maybe that's the new case where if they're in this area before the ball gets back, they're safe. Maybe it's just me really wanting to see what would have happened if that hitter would have got to hit with 2 runners on, down by 1, bottom of the 8th, with a chance to go on to the league championship series.
Yeah,
that could also be a large part.
Bryce
of this,
Harper ended up striking out. So
yeah, but that was with nobody on. You know, not really a threat there. I mean, he could have hit that home run, but all that would have done is tie it.
Yeah.
If he hits a home run with 2 runners on, oh my goodness, they just went up by 2.
Mm-hmm.
What? That's a crazy game like that now.
Yeah, it is.
I don't know.
And it was a crazy game. It was like a 4-hour game too.
Yeah.
When we're talking about technology, I know MLB has talked about speeding up the game. We had that conversation last year, I believe.
Speeding up games.
Yeah.
We talked about extra innings, I think, specifically.
Extra innings.
That idea that both teams are going to get to start with a runner on second base after like the 13th inning, or maybe even right away in extra innings, and see what would happen after that. But
I think instant replay is a good thing for sports overall.
I don't know. I think there's more to come from it, because now it's getting exploited, especially in baseball with foots popping off the bag and things like that. So, Seth, you got any final thoughts on technology in sports and how?
I got to go with DJ. I do think it's a good thing, but I'll agree with you, though, that there are changes that can be made. We can definitely improve the system. There's no reason to be complacent with how it is now.
Absolutely.